We hope you enjoy this event. To register for upcoming virtual live events, click the link in the video description below.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Virtual Expressions event. I am so excited to be with all of you this evening. My name is Juliana Beekmans, and I am the Director of Teaching and Learning here at Daniels Music Foundation. And I have to tell you, four of the favorite nights out of the year for me are the nights that we get to do Expressions. Expressions was brought about so that we could honor the amazing talent, work, and dedication of our private lesson students. This evening, we have 12 performances for you, and they are going to absolutely blow your mind. All of our instructors are here. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful night of music. Some of our performances will be live through the Zoom, and some of them will be video performances. In just a second, I'm going to bring up the Trush family because they would like to welcome everybody with a few words. Let's just make sure that they are ready to go. Dave, that should be under Nancy. Hi, Daniel, how are you? I'm just going to ask you to unmute.
Hello, everybody. Great to see all of you.
It's great to see you too, Daniel. I was just telling everybody how excited I am, how Expressions are some of my favorite nights out of the year.
Yeah, likewise. I love Expressions.
I do too. And Daniel, do you have any words of wisdom for the performers? I know you have performed so many times. Do you have any words of wisdom for them?
Just, you're all gonna kill it. You're all gonna rock it. Try your best and take it away.
And I think especially have fun.
Yeah,
Practice,
yeah.
you've worked, it's
This
time.
makes progress, as you say, Jules.
That's right, Daniel. That is what I always say. Well, we have 12 beautiful performances for you. I'm going to go ahead and kick the night off by bringing up instructor Scott Schmitz to introduce. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
it's okay. I just wanted to thank all the instructors. I mean, working with our members and making them better musicians and feeling more comfortable in performing. I also want to thank the parents for their support. And I also want to, thank everyone that's tuned in tonight. I mean, really appreciate it. And most importantly,
and we're so proud of all the participants, the private lesson students, and all the work that they've put in. And we can't wait to see them perform.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take it away.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Daniel. And to introduce our first performer, I'm going to bring up amazing instructor Scott Schmitz.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, guys. Good to hear from you.
Likewise.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am really excited for Krista to open up the show this evening. Krista is a multi-talented musician, songwriter, and producer. She has an amazing gift for words. I would say that her ability to play with rhyme schemes and create clever and just delightful combinations of words is just out of this world. The other thing that Krista really excels at is creating these little moments that bring the listener in and bring her into her experience of her life in New York and just her community here. And this song is no exception to that. She uses incredible wordplay and her unique sense of song structure to deliver a really, really cool performance. She wrote this song, recorded it, and produced it herself. So everything that you hear on here is a Krista original. And Krista, whenever you're ready, if you'd like to say a word or two more, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can start. And let's get you unmuted as well.
How's that?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's called Coffee Cart, and it's a story about a real coffee cart and a real everything. So these are real people They used to be at the corner of 31st and 7th Avenue, but now that's a construction zone, but they'll be back. So, all right. It's okay if I start?
Of course.
Okay, thanks.
4 beats, 4 division, 53-6.
It seems to me a coffee cart is a transitory thing. Here today, gone tomorrow, at the mercy of wind and rain. But in the midst of the morning traffic jam, brothers Helmut and Abraham for years serve us our breakfast as we hurry from the train. Good morning, here's your usual plain bagel and coffee black. Hey, here's your hot tea to sugar, and I'm glad to see you're back. Icy wind at 3 degrees, poppy seed or sesame, surrounded by taxi chaos and the rattle of the track. Elbow to elbow, cramped in the cart, Abraham and Hamlet. Danish shoe, which would you like, apple or apricot? 10 a.m. from our offices, ready to run back up. Abraham with a skillful hand, preps and fills each cup. 6 a.m. in my office, set hot coffee by my phone, boot up my computer. I have at least 2 hours alone. In the quiet dark, the phone's sharp ring gives me a scare. And as I reach to pick it up, the hot coffee flies through the air. I grab the cup with both hands and it pops up like a football, bounces off my keyboard and begins its epic fall. I try to stop the coffee's trash recycling ricochet. No matter where in the dark I go, the cup just gets away. It hops and jumps through the maze of wires and under the network cable. My office chair rolls into the hall, the cup skips under a table. Behind a box of gadgets that I know I'm not sold, I find the runaway cup where it has finally rolled. I think about that paper cup that Abe so carefully filled. Find the lid on, cup on its side, not a drop has spilled. If you're looking for coffee advice, my wisdom, my lemon tone. Always get your coffee from Hal and Abe and don't put it by your phone. Some have a special restaurant, favorite waiter on a nearby street. I have my trusty coffee cart, coffee black and bagel whole wheat. You can keep your sommelier, I'll get my coffee from Hal and Abe. I find the warmest smiles at the corner on my street. I find the warmest smiles at the corner on my street.
126.
Amazing. Hey, Krista.
Krista, that was absolutely fantastic. And I don't know what I liked more, the amazing lyrics, the way you sang it, or the enormous smile on your face right now that tells me that you are very happy with that performance, and you should be. It was excellent. And as Jerry said earlier in soundtrack, when's the movie coming out? Because it's excellent. Great work, my friend. Wonderful to hear you singing so well and writing so beautifully. Thank you for sharing that with us. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, there is a link in the chat. If you'd like to follow along with any of the lyrics from the vocal pieces, follow that link and you'll be able to follow right along. Our next next performer is a gentleman named Troy. I've been working with Troy for years and I have the best time in our lessons. I really hope he does too, because I have an absolute blast. He has come so far in his confidence, in his showmanship. So we've been working this round for Troy to rely less on the backing track and to really rely more on the sound of his own vocals, to trust his own vocals. We've also been working on pitch and timing. Now, he's been taking lessons in the center, so we recorded a video while he was at the center for his lesson, and you'll notice the backing track is a little bit soft. That's so that you can really hear and appreciate all the work Troy has done on his vocals. He's going to be performing Sorry from Justin Bieber.
What are you performing?
I'm performing Justin Bieber and a song called Sorry.
All right, let's hear some Sorry by Justin Bieber. Hit it.
I'm good, not my attitude. I'm very well apologies. I don't want to tell them every city. Mama side, everything is I know. I remember very sweet things there was a twice. And there was a twice and never a times. And I've been a demon out tonight. Say me, Mama side, and this is. Yeah. Sorry, cause Mr. Motor's nobody. Oh, say sorry, and I wanna let you down. And I say sorry now. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, oh. Sorry, and I wanna let you down. So now I'm sorry now. I'm a good kid, never in November too. I'm a very day or two. I go, you go, spell the truth. And I both, everything is. Yeah, it's really not a sorry, cause the remote has nobody. Oh, so now it's sorry, and I wanna let you down. So now it's sorry now, if I just I need, cause it doesn't nobody. Oh. And I say sorry, and I wanna let you down. And I say sorry now. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, oh. Sorry, and I wanna let you down. And I say sorry now. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, oh. Sorry, and now wanna let me down. And I say sorry now. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, Troy!
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Troy.
Yeah.
Good go.
Troy.
Good
Good
job.
job.
And it was
Troy, I'm gonna bring you up here.
Good job.
Nice.
100%.
Troy.
Awesome. Troy, I'm gonna bring you up here so that you can get all the love from all of these people. Here we go. There you are. Hey, friend. How did that feel?
Great.
It was brilliant. You did such a wonderful job. Now you hear what I'm talking about, where I want you to trust your vocals?
Yeah,
Good. Are you happy with your performance?
I'm so happy.
Good. That makes me happy to hear that. Honestly, there are no better words than hearing that a student is happy with their performance. Troy, I can't wait to see what you do next. And thanks for coming in, even though you are on a journey. Beautiful work, my friend. All right, you're welcome, Troy. I'm going to bring up our next instructor. Her name is Michaela, and she's going to introduce our next performer. Hey, Michaela.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Great job, Troy. I really like that song. So we're going to change it a little bit. My first student tonight playing is Steven, and he's going to be doing a popular piano song from the Nutcracker. And I think you're going to be really impressed because his song isn't as long as it sometimes is, but that's because Steven has been focusing a lot on polishing up his performance and focusing on his piece, and he's really been able to get through his pieces more smoothly. And I think you're going to see the technical progress that he's had just in a few short months. So Steven, if you're ready, we're ready to hear you play.
Yes, Steven!
Hey, Steven.
Yes, Steven.
That was really good.
Good job, Steve.
Great
job. Great job.
Very good.
What a fan.
Steven, I love when you do these expression events because I can see the growth in you every single time. How did that feel?
She asked her question.
Good.
It felt good?
Yep.
She didn't hear your answer.
Good. I think that's probably my favorite song you've done. I'm partial to the Nutcracker.
Long ago.
All right, Steven. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the performances, and thank you so much for sharing your talents with us tonight. To introduce our next performer, I'm going to bring up instructor and artistic director, Jerry Powers.
Good evening, everybody. Awesome job so far, you guys. I can tell you're all practicing, and that is fantastic. Great job, all the instructors who are preparing all of our musicians tonight. So the next performer is our dear friend, Persephone, who has written a song about somebody in her family that, well, maybe I should let Persephone tell the story. What do you think, Persephone? You want to tell everybody about your song?
Yes, I will. Well, my song is about my grandmother. She used to help me when I was very young.
And can you tell the audience how old your grandma is?
She is 102 right now.
Yeah. And in the song, which we wrote last year, she was 101. And I think it's an adorable song, Persephone, and I'm so proud of you that you came up with all of these words so easily. And it was really fun working on it with you. So thank you for that. Are you ready to go? We're gonna play a video of Persephone singing. Oh, could you tell everybody what the name of the song is, please?
Yes. I love her just the same.
I love her just the same. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Are you ready? Here we go.
My grandma was born in 1920. Married didn't have too much money. They lived in a two-story house in Queens. Dad had a store with big machines. One more time. Up in the city, with green eyes, she was so pretty. And she died and worked downstairs. And every time they bring my pay. That's my grandfather. And they were married in 43. And wanted to raise a family. They had a baby girl in 44. And a baby girl and then two more. One good eye and one good ear. Still on her left till she can hear. Sometimes she forgets my name. Love her just the same. She brought me to school, took me on walks. Then used to have about me talk. She gave me baths, helped me get dressed. She pressed my hair, she the best. She came to see me in the show. Very long time ago. She saw me dancing on the stage. She was proud of me, I'm so amazed. Now 101. She's old, we still have fun. I think to her, she's stuck in her chair. I call on the phone, I can't be there. One good eye and one good ear. Still on the left till she can hear. Sometimes she forgets my name. Love her just the same. I love her just the same.
Yeah,
All right,
Persephone. I love the lyrics.
that was amazing.
Hello, I like
nice.
Oh,
Lovely song.
fantastic.
Persephone, that was fantastic. And I love that every time I hear a new song from you, your lyrics get more powerful and more powerful. And what I love about this song is the picture that you were able to paint for all of us about this woman in your life. Bravo, girl. Really beautiful work. Excellent, excellent job. Gorgeous. So we're going to bring up our next instructor to introduce our next performer, who is a guitar performer. Scott Schmitz, can you come up and tell us all about what we're about to hear?
Be happy to. So our next performer this evening is Jenny. She has been studying guitar for a couple years now and is just a rock star all around. Jenny and I had been working on not only her basic chord shapes and some electric guitar skills, but mixing in some lead guitar playing as well. And now that Jenny is also part of an amazing band that you will hear later on in the evening, we've been focusing on some group skills as well, like keeping consistent tempo, playing with drums and backing tracks. So Jenny is going to show off all of these skills and more tonight in her song. She's going to be playing an instrumental rendition of Heaven by Bryan Adams. So Jenny, it looks like we've got you muted, so let's get you unmuted, and then you'll be good to go.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you now. Okay.
Oh, cool.
You feeling ready?
Let me just guess.
Heading not found. Done. Button. 1 minute. Media timeline. Toolbar. Check. Media timeline. Toolbar. Play. Button. Heaven backing track 1. Actions menu. Button.
Great. Oh, Jenny.
Jenny. Holy crap.
Knocked it out of the ball.
You're a rock.
Better than Brian.
Bryan Adams, that's what I can say.
Queen of rock. Somebody actually put in the chat, Jenny. Queen of rock. Amazing work. And I love every time I get a chance to hear you perform, because girl, you are just getting better and better and better. You are a true testament to what can happen when a musician practices, puts in the hard work, and puts in the dedication. Stunning job. So happy for you tonight. Great work. I'm going to bring up another instructor, and she's going to introduce a performer. And I believe this is this performer's first ever expressions. Is that right, Stephanie?
Yes, indeed. This is really, really exciting. I am bringing up a new student of mine. Both of my students are new, and it's both of their first time. So this is really, really an exciting night. And we're going to be getting started off with Sarah. And I checked my my Google Calendar to see when our first lesson was. I've had Sarah for just over a month, and she is my first student who is performing an original composition on the piano. And I am just so proud of her enthusiasm and of her hard work. She is just such a ray of sunshine. She laughs nonstop throughout the class, and she focuses so hard all at the same time. And she's just created such a beautiful piece of work. I want to really let everybody know that I did not tell her what to write for this composition. This was all Sarah who wrote this amazing melody. And it's also just a testament to how important it is to honor all of our teachers that we've had throughout our lives, because I know Sarah had an incredible teacher in high school who taught her piano and composition. And it's just, I've never met this teacher, but it's such a cool thing to know that whatever teacher you encounter throughout your life, and whatever lessons they've taught you, it stays. So thank you to Sarah's high school teacher. Thank you to all the teachers here at DMF. And I'm so proud of all of the performers tonight. So really great job. And Sarah, I know you're introducing the song in the video, but do you want to just introduce it live since you're here with us?
Yeah, so my composition is called Ocean.
Awesome. And why did we call it Ocean, Sarah?
Well, I guess they'll have to wait to find out.
Oh, Sarah, come on now. That's a great intro. Okay, well, without further ado, let's play this video. Amazing.
Hi, my name is Sarah Gessler, and this is my composition, Ocean.
That was so great.
Amazing,
Sarah. Beautiful.
You go.
Beautiful.
That was so gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful work. Oh, Sarah, I had to text Stephanie. It literally brought tears to my eyes. Such wonderful work.
Thank you.
And I'm always so impressed with people who can write lyrics and compose music, because it's just such a gift, such a talent, such an ability to be able to take what's inside and bring it out for the world. So thank you for sharing with the world what's inside of you, because the world needs more of that.
Amen to that.
You are totally welcome. Totally welcome. Beautiful work, Sarah. I think we're going to hear and see great things from you in the future. Our next performer is a gentleman I've been working with, I think as long as we've been giving private lessons. His name is David, and he is a vocalist, and every single lesson, this guy works to get better and better and better. And I'm so amazed, because he even comes, when he's on vacation, he still comes on. It doesn't matter. He's that dedicated to what he does. And I've really noticed the last couple of months, he has taken his lessons so seriously that his intention has really come through in his singing voice. His pitch has improved, his breath support and breath control has improved, and he has come in. I haven't had to recommend a single song to this gentleman. He has come every time with more and more material. We narrowed it down to this song for the evening, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. David, can you tell everybody what song you're going to be singing?
I will. This is a song, one of my favorite boy bands on Nickelodeon. It was a show, and
they became a boy band called Big Time Rush. And the song that I chose was one of their hit songs, Boyfriend, which is not on any of their albums.
Well, David, I can't wait to hear it. Whenever you're ready, just make sure you step back enough, my friends, so we can see your amazing face while you're performing.
Okay. You're gone to someone. Yeah, you ain't better done. Lazy on you, giving you your love. Girls and this is what they said. Your boyfriend, see that. Tell me I'm gonna be there. Here's what it was me. See, only one reason boyfriend like that. Never know something like that. Hear it all the time before. It wants to be yours. Taking a little moment to find the right word. Maybe doing something that you heard. You got you first. You words. Young love that you deserve. Turns that the boyfriend see that. Tell me I'm gonna be there. Scared to call to trust me. You see, only one is your boyfriend. Like that. Tell me I'm coming like that. Carry all done before. Really wants to be yours. Waiting here, every day like someone's millionaire. In the twilight, love is there. I'll be here, gonna swear. Your boyfriend, see that. Tell me I'm gonna be there. Scared to go because of me. You see, it's your boyfriend. Like that. You know, coming like that. It's all done before. I really want to be yours. Friend. Want to be yours. Really want to be yours. Really wants to be yours.
Woo!
David!
Yeah,
Nice.
Get on the board. Fantastic. Real good.
David, I am so proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself. I think by your face that you are, and you should be. Please take a look in the chat. There's some beautiful comments for you, my friend, and I can't wait to see what comes next for you, man. I'm so proud of the journey that you have been on as a vocalist and as a performer, and you should be too.
I am.
All right, my friends. Good, good, good. And David, trust me, it's a pleasure. All right, my friends, I'm going to bring up our instructor, Michaela, to introduce our next performance for you. Miss Michaela, how are ya?
Can anyone see me? There we are.
There you are.
So our next performer is going to be on video, Nicholas. And I'm really excited about his performance tonight because my very first song I ever did with Nicholas was the same song. But when we first started together, he was playing with one finger and no rhythm. And, you know, this song was almost unrecognizable. So when you hear him play this Moana song tonight, appropriately titled How Far I'll Go, he's playing it with chords and with the rhythm and along with the track. And he looks so happy, and it's like such a huge difference, and it's just really fun. I think sometimes parents and players have trouble seeing the progress they're making because they're in it day in and day out. But for instructors, when you get to see each performance, he's made some pretty incredible strides. So why don't you fire up the video and we can see how he's done.
You got it, and I agree. I think the audience is gonna love this.
I'm Nicholas. I'm playing Moana's How Far I'll Go. Thanks for listening.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Nicholas, that was wonderful. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
I love Moana's
Back to the ballpark.
My friends, I don't know if you know this, but Nicholas is not one who enjoys being on camera. So he is here and he is taking all of your comments and your feedbacks, but privately. And Nicholas, I just have to say, I was blown away. All right. It brought tears to my eyes again, just because of how far you have come. And I really appreciate you agreeing to be on video and share your talents with us. Keep going, my friend. The sky is the limit. Excellent, excellent work. All right, my friends. So for this next number, I'm going to bring up artistic director Jerry Powers, and he's going to bring up his student, and they're going to tell you a little bit about the song they've put together.
All right. Well, hello again, everyone. Oh, there he is. Is that George Clooney? Mr. Clooney, I'd like your autograph after the show.
Yes.
So Jake, why don't we tell these guys a little bit about why we wrote this song?
Because I had a memorial for these two moms who aren't alive anymore.
Oh, yes. Yes, you did. So, and I know that you and your mom did something pretty awesome, you know, at the memorial, and you brought a lot of comfort to them, didn't you?
Yes.
And your friends that lost their moms, you're very kind to them, and you offered your help, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful, buddy. Well, would you like to tell everybody what the name of the song is?
I'll always be there for you.
I'll always be there for you. And I'll always be there for you. All right, Jacob, let's take it away.
Okay. Heard you were doing great today. Then you got some really bad news. I don't know what words to say. I'm sorry that it happened to you. I am here now by your side. I know these weeks have been done, but I just wanted to make some time to try and cheer you up. Always be there for you. If you ever need me, call me anytime, just dial my number. If you need to reach me, I'll always be there for you. You bring comfort to people when we open up our hearts. Being kind to one another is a really good way to start. When we listen to each other, we accomplish many things. We can help one another with whatever life brings. We'll be there for you if you ever need me. Call me anytime, just dial my number. If you need to reach me, I'll always be there for you. Open up your heart, and you're generous and kind. A phone call or a birthday card can change somebody's mind. I'll always be there for you if you ever need me. Call me anytime, just dial my number. If you need to reach me, I'll always be there for you. I'll always be there for you. If you ever need me, call me anytime, just dial my number. If you need to reach me, I'll always be there for you. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake!
All right, Jacob.
Beautiful.
Hey, buddy.
So lovely.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Really good.
Very nice.
Good job.
Great job, buddy. Great job.
Yeah, let's all give him hearts.
Jacob, that was just so beautiful, so beautiful. And not only were the lyrics just so touching and so sincere, but your delivery of that, I think, really made us all feel something. I can tell it made you feel something too. And thank you for being so vulnerable. That's the mark of an amazing performer, is the ability to do that. So thank you.
Okay.
And make sure you check out the chat, my friend. There's some beautiful comments for you. All right, my friends. So I am going to bring up my fellow instructor to join me up here, Mr. Scott Schmitz. There he is. So we have something at DMF called small group classes. They are sort of like a private lesson, but for several students. So we both work with the same group of students. Scott works with them on songwriting and a little bit of audio engineering, and I work with them on vocals. And Scott, I don't know how you feel, but I think these are some of the most dedicated women I have ever met. It's like they just thirst for knowledge about music and voice and performance. And I feel like every time I get a chance to work with them, it's just an opportunity to sit with people who are like, give it to me, everything you got, we'll take it. Come on, bring it on.
The work ethic is out of this world. Yeah.
And the passion as well. So a couple times a year with Expressions, we like to also honor the work of our small private group classes. So we have a group called Magic. All right. And they are a group who is put together and recorded. So they're not only just singing, but they also recorded and mixed their own track called Gracias a la Vida. So I'm going to play the track. I'm going to bring them up and they are going to perform. So please welcome Milagros.
And could I kindly ask that all members of the band make sure their video is turned on? We'd, of course, love to see your presence.
We need the magic. So I need Milagros. I need Jenny. Milagros, Jenny, Marixa, Patsy. No, I'm sorry, Elma. Elma first, actually. So Dave, I'm just going to go Elma, and then we're going to bring up Patsy.
Sure.
And then Krista. That's my fault. I called the wrong name. Yeah, so Marixa next.
Is Marixa on this call?
There she is.
Thank you.
Patsy. And Krista. All right, Krista, do you want to say a few words on behalf of the group?
Sure. We worked so hard on the song. We love this song, and it's all about, thanking. Sorry, it's all about gratitude and thanking, and llamen a las madres y a las abuelas porque es la canción preferida de nuestra generación. Okay, I think we're ready. Do you want the order? By the way, it's Milagros.
Nope, I got it. I think we're good.
Okay. Hope so. Thank you.
From Katie to everyone, Cole Hussey, you are sharing computer sound. DJ Kayla has left the meeting.
Jenny, you can turn your camera on for us.
Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos luceros que cuando los abro perfecto distingo lo negro del blanco y en el alto cielo su fondo estrellado y en las multitudes el hombre que yo amo.
Gracias a la vida me ha dado tanto, me ha dado al oído que en todo su ancho graba noche y días, grillos y canarios, martillos, turbinas, ladridos, chubascos y la voz tan tierna de mi bien amado.
La 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 vida de mis pies cansados, con ello anduve ciudades y charcos, playas y desiertos, montañas y llanos, y la casa tuya, tu calle, tu patio. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado el sonido y el abecedario, con él las palabras que pienso y declaro, madre, amigo, hermano, y luz alumbrando la ruta de alma del que estoy llamando. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, que me dio el corazón, que agita su marco cuando miro el fruto del cerebro humano, cuando miro el bueno tan lejos del malo, cuando miro al fondo de tus ojos claros. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la risa, me ha dado el llanto, así yo distingo dicha de quebranto, los dos elementos que forman mi canto, y el canto de ustedes que es mi propio canto, y el canto de todos que es mi mismo canto. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, ladies, beautiful work. Woo!
100%.
Ladies!
Fantastic, lady.
Way to go, ladies.
Muy bien, that was fantastical.
Good work, everybody. Wow, that was
Awesome.
So Jenny and Krista, I have quickly lost your picture, but what you guys just experienced is a look live. So the ladies are all on mute singing along, and you're hearing the track that they not only sang, but also produced themselves. So thank you, ladies, so much. That was stunning, and I can't wait to hear what you guys do next. With each song, it just gets better and better and better. Scott, do you have any feedback on that as well?
I don't know. They're just their hard work and their energy just comes through so clearly. I mean, that track especially, I hear all of them really, I hear their voices, like their true voices coming through now with the work that they've been doing. And it's so cool to think back to a couple years ago, and even just in a short couple years, how much progress we're making. Sounds great.
Absolutely. Wonderful work, ladies, and beautiful, beautiful comments in the chat. Stephanie said, you have all grown so much as individuals and a group. Really, really beautiful. So I'm going to bring Michaela back up for our next performer.
So my last student performing tonight is Josh, and the very first song he played for you guys was the Daniel's Hello song. And this is quite a bit more complicated. You're going to see this is one of Josh's first songs where he's playing some more complex chords, and he's going from a verse to a chorus. And I'm just really, really impressed. I don't know if we knew what to expect, but Josh has really, really come a long way, and I think you're going to be really impressed with what you hear when he plays I Exalt Thee on the keyboard in this video here.
All right. Here we go.
Yo. Okay. Move your hand. Yes, Josh. Yeah. What I yell at. Treasure. Treasure. I'm yellow treasure.
Yeah, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah, Josh.
Hooray! Fantastic, buddy. You did it. Let's go.
All right, beautiful, beautiful job, Josh. How did that feel? Can you give me thumbs up if you had a good time? I thought that might be the case. We are super, super proud of you. And Michaela is right. You really, really have grown. Thank you for being here. My friends, we do have one more performer. I know we have gone over time, but hey, sometimes great music just does that. Before we go to our last performer, I want to say a couple of thank yous. First of all, I have to say that being an instructor at Daniel's Music Foundation is probably the most amazing job in the world for somebody like me. Not only do I get to work with the most phenomenal students, but I am really honored that I get to do it alongside the most amazingly talented group of instructors that I have ever met. It's unbelievable what all of these guys do to make sure that their students absolutely shine. So I'm going to call everyone's name, and then I would love it if we could give them a round of applause. We have Stephanie Rechester, Scott Schmitz, Michaela Ingram, and of course, our artistic director, Jerry Powers, who's on the go, man. Gotta love it. And even though he is not doing private lessons this evening, David Bedard is an amazing instructor that we have, and he's also doubling as my tech this evening. I can't ask for a better person to have my back. So thank you so much, David, for all that you do. And for everyone, can we give these amazing instructors a round of applause? Wonderful work, guys, and thank you for all that you do. I also want to thank Carla Sullivan and Nadine McNeil, our directors, who make sure that everything goes flawlessly behind the scenes and that all of our members are placed with the right instructor. And last but not least, I would really like to thank the Trush family, because without them, there would be no Daniel's Music Foundation. So thank you, Ken. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you, Michael.
Thank you. That was an awesome night. Expressions concert. Yes. Thanks so much.
It was really beautiful. And we do still have one more performer. What a way to close out the evening. Guys, thank you so much. And there's Miss Nadine, who, by the way, works tirelessly to make sure that everybody is with the exact right instructor. And based on what I saw tonight, I think she's doing one heck of a good job. Thank you, Nadine, for all you do. So, Daniel, what do you think? Should we bring up our last instructor or our last performer?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. Wasn't it beautiful? I mean, just congratulations all the way around. I think this is the best one yet. So we're going to bring up Stephanie Rechester to introduce our final performer this evening.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be such a fun closer for this incredible night. Congratulations to every instructor and every performer. You guys all did such a phenomenal job. And I am going to be bringing up a very new student as well. Her name is Jessica, and
Hi.
Hi. And Jessica is just such a superstar. I learn from Jess just as much as I hope I teach her. She has taught me to be my truest self when performing, and she just puts everything that she is every time I ask her to sing something, or even just one line. She just gives it her all each time. We've been working on just freeing up her voice even more and expanding the already enormous range she has. But I don't want to say too much because I think all of it is going to show in her performance. So Jess, do you want to introduce the song you're going to be performing?
Sure. So I first heard this song, oh shoot. I first heard this song from the movie called Ella Enchanted, and it was so the first time I heard it, this is a long time ago, but the first time I heard it, I thought it sounded so lovely that I said, you know what, I should learn that song. And over the years, I never got the chance to until just now. So
that's awesome. And what is it called, Jess? What's the song called?
Okay, so this is Somebody to Love by Queen.
Yeah, it is. All right, Jess, take it away.
All right. Can anybody find me somebody's true love? He's floating, I get up, I die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry. Lord, what you doing to me? I have spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Yeah. I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache my bones. At the end, I take home my heart on pay all on my own. Go down on my knees and I start to pray till the tears run down from my eyes. Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Every day I try and I try and I try, but everybody wants to put me down. They say I'm going crazy. They say I got a lot of water in my brain. I got no common sense, got nobody there to believe in. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Got no feel, I got no rhythm. I just keep losing my beat. I'm okay, I'm alright. But I ain't gonna face no defeat. I just gotta get out of this prison cell. One day I'm gonna be free, Lord. Need somebody to love, find me 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 somebody, somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Can anybody find me somebody to love? Somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Anybody find me somebody, somebody to love. I said somebody, I said somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Everybody!
Great
Good job. Oh my God.
Better pair up with some things.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
My goodness. Jess. Hello, rock star. Now that's how you end an expression. Girl, what an amazing job. Check out that chat. It is just overflowing with comments for you, girl. Nancy hearts for everyone. On behalf of DMF, I want to thank each and every one of our performers. You did a stellar job. You make every expressions better and better, and we thank you for that. From all of us here at DMF, we wish you a wonderful holiday weekend. Trush family, anything else you want to say?
Just great job, everybody. You've all improved so much. And to the people who is their first time performing, great job.
Yeah, and just congratulations to all the performers, all our amazing instructors, and thanks to you also for doing this. It's been amazing.
It's been a pleasure. Ken?
Loved it. I just loved it. Made the week. Made the week. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Everybody, we will see you next time. Have a great holiday weekend. I'm going to end the meeting in 3, in 2, in 1. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. To register for upcoming virtual live events, click the link in the video description below.